Shalom, call halal Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. And shalom and salutations to all the brothers that pushed in the word, in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. All right, so, again, my mom's funeral was yesterday, so I missed the daily update. But I'm back now for the daily update. I'm the brother Yahshua, back with the World War III daily update. Okay? And shalom and salutations to you. Today, we're going to do what we normally do on Tuesday, which is Wars and Rumors of War. So let's read it in the KJV, Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Now we go. We read these different versions and we get these different words. You will hear this is the NIV. Wars and rumors of war. Okay? NLT. Wars and threats of wars. Okay, so we got rumors of wars, threats of wars. Jump down here and we have, there's threats again. We have, you're going to hear battles and reports. So we have reports, threats, rumors, and one more. It is here. Good News Translation. It's lucky. Yeah, good news. It says, you are going to hear the noise of battles close by and the news of battles. So you got news, threats, rumors, and reports. Okay? Rumors of war, threats of war, reports. Where is it? Reports of wars and news. News of battles. Okay, so let's look at some news. You got your boy Patrick Humphrey. That 15 hours ago, World War III just started. Is this good? World War III daily update. World War III just started. Hundreds of USA troops deployed. Major consequences. Patrick Murphy. Okay, this is yesterday, 19 hours ago. Let's listen to Patrick. Good. Take it away.
Big breaking news. World War III has officially started. We are sending hundreds of troops to Taiwan in an aggressive posture towards China. And we are also threatening China with, quote, consequences. All right. We are going to fight a two-pronged war, a two-battlefield war. And it does not look good for the United States because our resources have already been depleted and China controls the world's supply chains. All right, so this is not looking good. We had a top U.S. general warning that war with China is coming by 2025. So they are getting us ready for something big, and they keep targeting China, all right, because China is the number one geopolitical and economic threat to the United States. We have these Chinese spy balloons the past few weeks, a major, I don't know what it was, some kind of, they were giving us this spy balloon narrative for a reason, either for a EMP attack or to ramp up aggression against China and drag us further into World War III. They made it a very big deal, and China was even saying that they had balloons flying over their airspace as well. All right, so, and now just a week later, a couple weeks later, we are now sending hundreds of troops to Taiwan, and we are now going to have Taiwanese troops training inside the United States on U.S. soil as well. This is just a major escalation. This is looking like what we already have, 2.0, but even worse because we're going to be funding two massive proxy wars now. And you can see here a year ago there were only 30 American troops in Taiwan. Now we are sending 200. That's a big difference, and that goes to show the scale of the escalation that we are seeing against
This $69 Special Forces device emulates 54,000 crunches in 20 minutes, allowing you to rapidly melt belly fat and get incredible abs up to 10 times faster than regular exercise. It was created by Captain James Snipes, a 31-year-old Special Forces officer and a bioengineer. After being wounded in his last mission and spending 3 months in a hospital, he felt weak and realized he wouldn't have enough time to get back in shape for the critical next mission. That's when he remembered what he learned in the army about using electronic muscle stimulation, and had a desperate idea. Using the EIMD phenomenon that powers all the muscle tissue growth in a human's body, he built a revolutionary device that uses military technology and an innovative type of stimulation to ignite rapid fat loss and explosive muscle gain. Having only 3 weeks left for the mission, he started using the device for 20 minutes per day to improve his core, arms and legs muscles, and the results were incredible. Just after a few days he began feeling stronger and started losing fat he gained when recovering in the hospital, and after only 2 weeks of using the device, he was back in peak physical condition, and his muscles were visible like never before. That's when James realized how powerful his invention was, and decided to start producing it for the general public to bring this life-changing technology to anyone in need.
Alright, Salaki, I'm sorry. I got caught in the other room, and I'm kind of incapacitated right now, so I apologize. It took me a minute to get back to the commercial. But
we're seeing against China and Russia. All right, we are already in a proxy war with Russia.
However, it was a bit of a military training video that we saw. Forgive me.
China is now saying they're going to arm Russia as well and help them in this proxy war. We will get to more of that in just a second. But you can see here, even Taiwanese troops are going to be trained by the Michigan National Guard on U.S. soil in Michigan. All right, this is a major escalation. We've already done.
Is that really what they're going to do? Or are they going to bring troops over here under the guise of training them? They're going to maybe guard and lock down this place? Because Taiwan kind of belongs to China, and speaking Mandarin or whatever, okay, could it be that this is a lockdown? National Guard, special. Who's going to man the concentration camps here in America when it's time to start locking up Americans? Okay. Is this a Trojan horse? Just asking. Not saying it is. Just a simple question.
With soldiers from over there. I don't even want to say from where, but same thing's happening. We have U.S. soldiers inside of the battlefield against Russia as well over there too. All right, commandos. This is admitted. Even CIA agents are inside of the battlefield over there against Russia, and this was admitted in a New York Times article a couple months ago. I made a whole video on it, how we have NATO commandos and we have U.S. troops and we have CIA special ops agents and CIA cells inside of the battlefield over there, directing everything and coordinating everything. We are already in a war. We're already in World War III. It's just everyone's thinking like, oh, World War III is going to be when the nukes start dropping. No, World War III is once all of these countries are in massive conflict, and then there's lines being drawn in the sand of who's on whose side. And this is happening. It's shaping up to be Russia, China, Iran, North Korea versus NATO, essentially. And we are already seeing even Israel is hitting Iran right now, and we've been seeing a lot of attacks on Iran. There are conflicts all over the world, and we're definitely already in World War III. And we know that the globalists love it, and Klaus Schwab even keeps warning of this black swan event. Is this going to be a war breaking out between the United States? And the U.S. is even threatening China now with consequences if they want to arm Russia. So the United States can arm whoever they want, give $100 billion to whoever they want. But if China wants to help one of their allies, we are saying there's going to be consequences. You can see here Pentagon's vague threat to China over arming Russia. And it says, The Pentagon on Wednesday pledged, quote, consequences for Beijing if it heeds Moscow's desperate pleas for arms and ammunition, but yet again stopped short of detailing how it would follow through on the stern but vague threat. And this was from spokeswoman Sabrina Sign. All right, so just another thing, consequences for China if they help their allies, but we can help countries that aren't even in any treaties with us. They're not in NATO, they're not in the EU, no protection treaty, but we can help them and give them $100 billion. And I don't agree with any war. I don't want to see any war. I don't want to see any escalation. I don't want to see any invasions at all. But we have to be pragmatic here and realize, what if China put hundreds of troops inside of Cuba? What if China put hundreds of troops inside of Mexico?
We're giving away these gold bars
Slovakia.
absolutely free. And did you notice who's on it? That's right, none other.
Slovakia, here we go.
Mexico. Or inside of Canada. The U.S. would be losing it. There would be international conflicts right away. All right, it would be a massive ordeal. All right, it would potentially spark World War III. All right, even though we are already in it. But just imagine, China puts hundreds of troops in Cuba or hundreds of troops in Mexico. It would be a you-know-what show. All right, it would be hitting the fan if that happened. But the U.S. can put troops in Taiwan, which China considers part of their country. All right, that's a whole other topic. Taiwan considers themselves independent and their own country, and they have for decades now. And then on top of that, what if China was arming Cuba to the teeth as well, giving them lots of technology, military technology, selling them tons of weapons? The United States would have a huge problem with that. And that's probably honestly something Cuba would like. Cuba would probably enjoy that, welcome that, and it's right there. All right, this is essentially a very similar scenario that we have, and China has already been dry running on Taiwan. All right, if you saw this video a couple days ago from me, they cut two of the main cables going to China from Taiwan, causing massive internet outages, and they had to fire up emergency frequency transmitters to get internet on Taiwan, all right, in lots of the areas, because they cut two of the main cables, all right, and these were Chinese vessels that did it, and they were, you can even see here in this article, I was saying this, and then this article came out a couple days later saying that it could be a potential dry run for a internet blackout for Taiwan and just anyone, all right? We could see anyone cut these.
Say, did you know that every U.S.
Slovakia. Bear with me. We'll listen to a little more, because this is very important information. Okay.
Anyone cut these cables, and it could be blamed on anyone. Look at this Nord Stream pipeline. It's being blamed. There's 10 different fingers being pointed at everyone, but it looks like the most likely person is potentially the U.S. or NATO did it. But it's one of these things. What if these cables get cut? All right. What if our own cables get cut by NATO? Okay, because they want to control the internet. What if they want to cut off the internet and create a new internet? All right. And what if China or Russia or a different adversary cuts off our internet as well? This could happen, and they are unprotected and they're unsurveilled in the middle of the ocean, and anyone could cut them at any time, and it would take weeks to get the internet restored, and that's what Taiwan is dealing with right now. All right, and we keep seeing massive cyber attacks on America's infrastructure as well, and China has high cyber capabilities, and this was potentially a revenge hit on the United States because Biden did implement very harsh chip restrictions on China.
And this is asymmetric warfare that will be involved in World War III. Not just bombs and missiles, the way it was in The Second World War. Right? Technology has progressed greatly since the 1940s. Okay, so this is part of World War III. All right, cyber attacks. Okay, things of that sort. EMPs. All right, chips. Okay,
A few months ago, essentially locking China out of the international supply chain for chips and forcing them to only make chips domestically for themselves. All right, and they can't even use anyone's engineers. They can't hire anyone else, or they're going to get cut off, right? That's what the United States said. If anyone in the United States or these certain countries work with China to produce chips, we will literally renounce their citizenship and you will not be allowed back into the US. There was thousands of people.
that's asymmetric warfare. Okay, embargoes. All right, things, sanctions. These are the things that happen before bullets start flying, during, okay, and after. But we all know what's going to happen after. The kingdom of heaven is going to be ushered in flawlessly. You just got to get through these things.
I believe China that work in this field. And just a few months later, we now see a massive cyber attack on the largest chip and semiconductor manufacturer in the world. All right, I reported on this on Twitter a few days ago, and this company is losing $250 million just in a single quarter, just in 3 months. They're losing $250 million from production from this cyber attack. All right, and it could be coming from anywhere, but it could be coming from China for revenge, just like all these explosions and all these fires we're seeing. It's speculative that it could be revenge. There could be cells being activated, or there could be cyber attacks on our infrastructure and disrupting these factories and causing explosions. All right, this definitely could be happening to get revenge on all these other things that have happened. All right, and we are seeing more explosions in the United States and fires than we see overseas right now. All right,
Indicating that we're already at war. Okay, even if we're at war with ourselves.
something is going on. We are already in a massive world war, and the lines are already drawn in the sand. We already know who's on whose side.
He just said we are in a massive world war. His title says World War III. Pretty much just like the name of this daily update, World War III. I'm not the only one saying it. Okay, people don't want to acknowledge the time that we're in right now.
It's looking like this is going to escalate. We are sending hundreds of troops to Taiwan now. All right, we will see how China responds. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think is going?
I don't think. Let's see what the scriptures say. Okay, let's get the facts. Okay, Revelation 11 and 14. All right. In the NIV, it says, the second woe has passed. The third woe is coming soon. Third woe referring to the Third World War. Second World War, Third World War is coming soon. NLT. The second terror is past, but look, the third terror is coming quickly. Okay, extrapolate. Second woe is past. Behold, the third woe is soon to come, is coming shortly. Coming quickly, cometh quickly. Coming quickly, coming quickly, all the way down. Cometh, comes at once. And the third woe, third one, okay, the second horrible thing has happened. It's contemporary English version. And the third one will be here soon. The third woe will come quickly. All right. Third catastrophe is coming soon. Comes quickly, cometh quickly, will soon be here. Doth come quickly. All right, so we'll end it right there. Good information from Patrick Humphrey. We hope that the elect are edified, you brothers and few sisters. With that, I'm going to say shalom until next week. Shalom.